Galway Live and Arena connects influential people with impactful discussions to drive networking, community outreach, and education.
The speakers, the hosts, this is going to be so much fun. This was my favorite part last year, and it's an even better agenda this year.
One of the things I've kind of discovered as an athlete and in serving athletes is people talk about transition all the time. Like you have this first dream, this first chapter in your life that you want to fulfill, and then you kind of do that and you do it really successfully, and then what do you do next?
I think when we obviously were paying college coaches $8 million and you had an athlete who was coming to the school, they were not necessarily getting the education that they were promised. I mean, I think we can admit that across not all schools by any stretch, but they were really an employee of the university and producing tremendous revenue and then not making it to the NFL. So they were leaving with sort of $0.
At the end of the day, we're all competitive junkies. Like we want to win, no matter what we do. You know, whether it was soccer, football, basketball, you want to win in life. So you're always self-evaluating. I'm always trying to surround myself with smart people, smarter people in different avenues and different things.
What we often try to do is demonstrate success with, 1% of your data. Demonstrate success with a use case that can move the needle just a little bit to demonstrate to ownership and others that this is something that's worth investing in. We can take this momentum and take it to another place.
I think, you can't have everyone be an ownership investor in the teams. And so what is the support systems in and around it? And that's media, developing media distribution platforms. It's sports betting, fantasy. We didn't spend any time talking about that today, but if you're talking about fan engagement, 70% of people say they're more engaged in a live sporting event if they have a bet on it.
I think athletes have long been decent at monetizing their name, image, and likeness by virtue of traditional sort of endorsements. And what we think about at Plus is the equity value and how do you own a piece of the upside that you're generating for companies that you're partnering with so that they're not hanging on by a thread.
Because we have Patrick and because we have Travis and because we have Andy, because we've been in 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls, we maximize that. But without the work we did before, we're nowhere near where we are today.
I think in any business, any field that you're talking about, relationships are always the key. It's not always about the money, it's about the relationships that you build that can last a lifetime.
The relationships that you can build here personally and professionally. Meeting this gentleman at this event, he introduced us to somebody that helped blow our business up to the next level.
Cancer, this is the #2 cause of death, quickly becoming the #1 cause of death. Why? Because everyone in this room will get cancer if you live long enough. The only thing that's going to save you from cancer is if you get killed by something else.
There is no other place to be right now. And if we all row together, there is nothing we cannot overcome.
Some of the panels that have been assembled and listening to some of the speakers, including the Navy SEALs last night, was absolutely humbling, inspirational. So thank you for having us, putting this all together.
I think what blew me away was how personable everybody was and how approachable everybody was. You think you see these personalities on TV or playing their game, you think, oh my gosh, it'll be hard to talk to them. It was so easy. When you have an environment and you're able to be part of that, it's really special. And that's what this is all about.